guys, welcome back to the channel, and we're taking a look at Spiral from the Book of Saw, or just Spiral. I was there's a football match going on. I was really looking forward to this movie, and I must say that I'm actually a little disappointed. I'm actually quite a bit disappointed, considering who was acting in the movie. And there are some differences, of course. It's not really just a Saw movie. It is kind of like when it doesn't directly involve Jigsaw or any of his proteges or something like that, but there is someone who's definitely inspired by Jigsaw. So he's not directly connected with them. However, and they do reference the Jigsaw stories, the Jigsaw crimes that is being done. But anyway, this movie stars Chris Rock, Max Minghella. I'm not really sure if I know this actor. He seems kind of familiar. I'm going to have to check out on Wikipedia if I've seen anything else that he's acted in. Marisol Nichols, and surprisingly, I did not know this because I tend to avoid trailers for the most part. I had heard that the movie was starring Chris Rock, but I didn't know much else. I didn't know that Samuel L. Jackson was actually playing his dad in the movie. It seems like a very odd thing. And by the way, Chris Rock is mostly known for his having a slight headache. By the way, Chris Rock is more known for his comedy roles, and I felt like this was kind of odd, and he does stand out quite a bit. If you know Chris Rock, he's got that voice that kind of is suited more for comedies and those kind of stuff. And he is a stand-up comedian as well. And it just seems kind of out of place in this movie. It is directed by Darren Lynn Bousman, which is the fourth movie in the Saw franchise that he has directed, and it's written by Josh Stolberg and Peter Goldfinger. All right, that's a cool name for a James Bond villain, by the way. So basically, Chris Rock is this veteran cop who has, I wouldn't say a bad name, but he's got a bad rep because of certain things that happened. And it kind of seems that everybody in his precinct is kind of like against him, with the exception of the captain, who's played by Marisol Nichols. And he definitely has a chip on his shoulder. He just come from an undercover operation, and there's also some hostility because he had apparently informed on his more experienced partner a while back for being a corrupt cop who had actually killed a witness who could have potentially put him as a corrupt cop. And because of Chris Rock's character, and I'm just forgetting the name of the Zeke, is Detective Ezekiel Banks, also called as Zeke, short form. And that actor is the corrupt cop is played by. Let's see if I can actually find the Richard Zeppler. I think that's his name. So now the main thing about this is there's this copycat killer who's kind of sending stuff to Chris Rock in the form of clues, and one thing leads to another, and they find different people being murdered. All seems to be connected somewhat to Chris Rock's character as well as the former cop. You got Samuel L. Jackson being Samuel L. Jackson in this movie, where he basically is there and he does swear. A lot of us seem to like, and me too. I like him saying out the words "fuck," "fucking," or "motherfucker," which he says quite a lot in all these movies. But yeah, we are. I think most people are fans of Samuel L. Jackson, and I like Chris Rock as well. That is kind of the reason why I'm kind of disappointed. Samuel L. Jackson plays. How does he play a dad in this movie? Well, he has acted as a dad in earlier movies, but I think it's been a while, and it kind of shows. It just seems kind of odd that he is chosen as the dad character. I mean, and he is not in the movie for too long. It's like maybe 25 minutes or something like that in total, less than half an hour. Zeke is paired with the new cop, um, who's played by Max Minghella. His name is Detective William Schenk, but he actually is the real name is actually William Emerson, and he is. It turns out in the end that he was the one who was behind the killings. I think we saw that a mile away because the guy gets is supposedly killed off screen, and you don't get to see anything, and like everything else, you get to see them being killed off by this perpetrator in a pig's mask, very similar to the the people of the Jigsaw's companions, Jigsaw's students, if you want to call them, and yeah, and so it kind of like seemed very odd that they wouldn't show, um, Shank being killed. They just show his body. They just show a body from a little far away, and you kind of like get to know it immediately. That's going to be him. Excuse me. So he lies about having a kid. He is faked his identity and became a cop. He says he's been waiting for a very long time. The motive behind all this is because the witness who was killed by the corrupt cop, whose name was Fitch, um, was this guy's dad, and a young William. Young William actually saw it happening, and he also saw the other cop, which is basically um, the other cop who at that time was a beat cop, Zeke, and Zeke kind of comforts him a little bit and tells him to hide, and then he later on, lets people know that his partner is corrupt. So he thinks William Schenk thinks that this is a good cop, and he wants to kill off all the corrupt cops, and he wants to pull Schenk in, but he's also got a plan just in case it doesn't work. And the ending was kind of like the ending killing part of Samuel L. Jackson's character was, I think it was done pretty brilliantly. So I'm giving a couple of spoilers over here. It's a very new movie. I didn't want to give the entire thing, but yes, I apparently have given off more of the stuff. Um, are the killings kind of unique compared to Saw? Yes, a couple of the killings are, and the especially the one with the captain. Well, yeah, excuse me, burping very badly. Taking a coke. But is it really unique enough to? I think I'm going all over. What I'd like to say is that I'm a fan of the Saw movie series, um, but I like the first four ones more than the others. There are a couple of others that are actually kind of good. Way too many Saw movies, right? The first one is always my favorite because you never see the twist coming. And there are a couple of others that I really, really like. But the fact John Kramer's not in this is actually something that I do like. And it kind of felt like so many people were connected to this one fellow, and how that was happening was beyond me. Um, but so the fact that this movie has kind of, I feel like a little let down, and I think casting wise is also a problem. I couldn't get beyond the fact that Chris Rock, when he's shouting, especially his voice sounds he sounds like Chris Rock. It does not sound like that of a a kind of bitter cop, cop who's been a veteran for such a long time. It's not commanding. He doesn't sound commanding. He doesn't. I think that was a problem for me for a long time. I like Chris Rock. Don't get me wrong. He and Samuel L. Jackson are, I thought. I mean, had it been a different movie with maybe more of a comedy thing with them playing dad and father and son would have been much more better. But I just think that in this particular case, it's a miscast. I don't see him being. They could have put somebody else, and I think it would have been a little better. The movie is okay. Now you can't really say much about how much the movie makes because in the pandemic era, 20 million on a budget and 36 million what it makes. Don't really go by that. Um, I think it's interesting enough, and it kind of picks up towards the latter half of the movie, and I did enjoy it towards the end a lot more. It's kind of set for sequels with possibly both Max Minghella and Max Minghella's character William Schenk, as well as um, you know Zeke coming in, and I think there are plans to actually bring them both back on. Excuse me, and some mosquito, and I think I will definitely watch it. Like I said, I'm a fan of the series. I would give this one possibly a, I don't know, maybe a 7 out of 10. I think just I felt let down. I was expecting it to be something much more grander than this, and it does feel a little bit at times odd, and at the same time, at some other places, it feels like it is done better than some of the Saw movies. I don't know. It's just kind of like an odd thing. And oh yeah, Dan Petrovich. Excuse me. He's an actor who's played in a couple of shows that I've seen, TV shows, and he's been in a couple of movies as well. He looks rather different in this movie. He plays the first victim that you see in the beginning. So anyway, that's it about Spiral from the Book of Saw, and I would give this movie a 7 out of 10. Watch it and make up your own mind. Don't really pay too much attention to what I'm saying, because I don't know. I just feel like I think I'm feeling a little let down. All right, thank you guys.